Welcome to Darrin the Wild. In this documentary, we're going to find the American alligator. We're here in sunny Florida, and we're going to begin this adventure off in the Oakland Nature Preserve. Let's go! In this episode of Darrin the Wild, we are going to look at the American alligator in its natural habitat. We are starting this documentary in the Oakland Nature Preserve. With its half-a-mile boardwalk, it is a perfect spot to find young alligators. After exploring the boardwalk, we will travel to the Florida Everglades, where we will look for alligators in one of the many kayaking trails. While walking along the boardwalk, we found another one of Florida's interesting species. We're halfway up the boardwalk. This is a great place to find the black vulture. They are one of the most common big birds of Florida. If you look up there, you can find a pair of black vultures. Despite it being quite a large bird, the black vulture is one of the smallest species of vultures. Black vultures have more trouble gliding than other vultures because they have smaller wings and a smaller tail. However, black vultures have great eyesight and great sense of smell. This allows them to easily spot carrion. Black vultures tend to live in large groups, allowing them to scare away larger, more solitary vultures. Black vultures will typically eat carrion but will occasionally also hunt smaller animals including birds, their eggs, and sometimes even young calves. Throughout Florida, there are many American alligators living in the wetland regions. The American alligator is an apex predator of the Florida swamps and lakes where they help keep animal populations under control. The American alligator is one of the two species of crocodilians in Florida and have started a giant comeback after overhunting of the species. We're just by the end of the boardwalk. There are many alligators here, but you will have to look very carefully. Just like this very small alligator here. Alligators have the ability to camouflage within their surroundings, and you can see this really well with this young juvenile alligator. The dark color of its skin is perfect for hiding in the dark and murky waters of the Florida swamps and lakes. And with the amount of vegetation, it makes it near impossible to spot them. The alligator's camouflage helps it to hide and ambush prey, hanging out by the water's edge. However, young alligators cannot yet hunt like the adults and will use their camouflage mainly to hide from other predators. As you can see with this young alligator, they use their tails to push themselves through the water. Alligators have very strong and powerful tails packed with muscle that allows them to propel through the water at very high speeds, and also allows them to fully jump out of the water to catch prey. Not only do alligators use their tails for swimming, they also use it for defense. Fully grown alligators can whip their tails with such force that they can break a person's leg. Come over here. There's a couple of turtles. This species of turtle that you can see here is called the red-bellied turtle. This species can be found all around the wetlands of Florida and Georgia and are commonly seen basking during the day. Red-bellied turtle is an omnivorous species, eating tadpoles, crayfish, and insects. What is really cool about this turtle is that they have been found to lay their eggs in alligator nests. This gives the turtle's eggs better protection from predators like raccoons. Here's another example of how these alligators can really camouflage. If you look right there, there's a small alligator. As we finish our journey along the boardwalk, we begin to prepare ourselves for our journey into the Everglades. We're here in the Everglades. We're by one of the kayaking trails. This is a great place to go kayaking with alligators. So let's go and find the alligator. There are many ways to explore the Florida Everglades. One of the most thrilling ways to spot alligators up close is kayaking. There are many great kayaking trails across the Everglades, and in today's video we are following one of the most popular and exciting trails, the Turner River Trail. Look just up ahead, there's a young juvenile alligator. Now, the Everglades is a very lovely place for alligators because it gives them enough comfort through the amounts of vegetation there are, so they can hide. There's a lot of swampy areas and a lot of abundance of food, so it's a very nice place for alligators. The difference between an alligator and a crocodile is the fact that the jaws of an alligator are shaped like a U, while a crocodile has jaws shaped like a V. Not only that, but the alligator's top teeth are the only ones shown compared to a crocodile, which has both upper and lower teeth shown. Here in Florida, it's usually quite warm, and this is a very good temperature for a load of species of animals. This is why you can find animals like alligators and many different sort of turtles and tortoises, because they love to bask in this sort of heat and sun. As you can see, there are many species of animals here. One of them are turtles. It looked like it was a small, cooter species of turtle. Wow. As you can see over here, the river line has started to go smaller. So we have to switch our paddles into smaller paddles. As you can see over there, there is a small trail from the water's edge all the way through these mangroves, through these bushes. This is an alligator trail, and what this means is a bunch of times an alligator has been through this way and has created a sort of pathway where an alligator can easily enter and go out of. As you can see, there's an alligator over here. Now, this alligator seems to be a bit bigger than the last one. Now, it's basking in the sun, and as you can see, it's not moving at all. And this shows that these alligators aren't here to attack us. They're just here relaxing in the sun, and the only reason why these alligators will attack people is because of the fact that you get too close, or if you interact with one by touching or handling. As you can see, the mangroves are hanging above us, and during the rainy season, the water level goes so high that the mangroves will be way lower, and it will make it harder to pass through this whole trail. We're reaching the end of the mangroves. This is also the end of the trail, and we'll have to go back after this. But let's see if we can spot any alligators over here.
As
As we made it to the end of the trail, we didn't spot any more alligators and decided to turn back. As the sun came up the next day, we decided to try and find an alligator on one of the walking trails. As we walked along the trail, we stumbled across an alligator. This alligator we can see in front of us is huge, and watch how it glides across the water without making a sound. Here you can see how the alligators are terrific stealth hunters. As we continued our hike through the Everglades, we spotted a number of alligators. But the best we saved for last. The last alligator we saw was an absolute monster. From the looks of it, it looked to be at least 9 to 10 feet long. Based on the length, the alligator is probably between 15 and 20 years old. Here you can see the eyes of the alligator are placed on top of its head and protruding out of its skull. This is different from crocodiles that have their eyes embedded into their skull. The alligator's eyesight is a key feature to its survival. Alligators have a third eyelid called a nictitating membrane, which acts like a pair of goggles and protects the alligator's eye underwater, allowing it to be the #1 apex predator in the Florida swamplands. After we saw the giant alligator, we decided to pack up and go home. And as we begin to go home, we thank you for watching and we hope to see you on the next adventure.